Thanks for joining us today. My name is Matt Crawford. I'm the Central Region Territory Manager for Onyx. Been with Onyx for 15 years now, so very happy to have Bob. Thanks for having us. We'll do a simple overview, a why Onyx overview. Look forward to hearing your questions at the end. And with that, we'll get started. So the current Onyx product line is Onyx 12. So some of the big kind of call-out features for Onyx 12 are 64-bit platform, super fast, utilizing all the latest technologies. We've simplified production, which I'll go through how here in a little bit. Added quite a few new application tools and updated our automation through what we're calling QuickSets 2.0. So utilizing the 64-bit platform, we've really doubled, if not more, our rip speed. Now with this and some new algorithm enhancements that we've made in our 12.1 application that'll be out here on the next few weeks. From our testing, it's by far the fastest rip available at this point. And where our platform is based on Windows 7, 8, 10, very common, easy to use. You know, maximize your hardware investment with Windows. With that, I really want to talk about our flagship product, which is Thrive. A lot of you may have heard or have experience with our poster shop production house, what we call our classic product line. Still available, still there. A lot of the features and the tool set you'll see are still available in poster shop and production house. But Thrive is different in a few very unique ways. Those are our network licensing, our Adobe rip engine, and our web interface called Production Manager. But really, why Thrive? We changed from our classic products to our Thrive workflow. Really, it's all about predictability, performance, and scalability. And we'll kind of go through that, and I'll show the software a little bit so that you can kind of see. Predictability is all based on the PDF workflow. Most of the files that we're working with these days are created in the Adobe Creative Cloud. We've gone to a full PDF workflow, not only a PDF interpreter, but we also convert via Adobe Normalizer any non-PDF files to PDF, so you get the ultimate in predictability. No surprises because it's all that PDF workflow. We're able to use the Adobe No Surprises marketing, messaging, performance. Again, with the 64-bit application, our network licensing, the ability to distribute our RIP processing on multiple PCs really allows for amazing performance. We allow scalability through multiple RIP processes, so the ability to process multiple files with multiple RIP processes at any given time for any given printer. We do not limit a RIP process to a printer. Any of our RIP processes are available for any of the installed printers at any given time, allowing for amazing performance, especially in large-scale environments. With that, the scalability, because Thrive utilizes, again, that network licensing allows you to install and utilize your resources on one or multiple PCs. So you can have that, for a smaller shop, that one printer, one RIP station, one station, or as you grow, you can turn that into multiple touch points with multiple stations processing files. Completely scalable, growable. You can, create a RIP farm, process as many files as you want at a given time, as well as drive as many different printers at a time as you need based on the licensing that you purchase. So again, Thrive, very scalable, very distributable based on that network licensing. With that, I kind of want to go over, and this will be the end of the PowerPoint. Not much of a fan of the long PowerPoint presentation. But with that, I kind of want to go over our workflow, the production, and just kind of show the simplified overview of how we process files. So you can see here, this is the base interface that all of our products use. Very simple, very streamlined. I'll get out of the presentation mode and actually go right to the software so you can see it. All of our software packages, whether it's Thrive, Production House, Poster Shop, are all based on this base RIP-Q interface. Very simple, very easy to use. Everything is based around a one-window interface. Not a lot of panes, not a lot of windows to go through. Very simple, very easy to identify what's going on. You can see that we have our printer, any printers that we're working on up here in this top pane, any jobs that we're working on here in this middle pane, jobs that we've completed down here at the bottom. Very easy to see what's going on, very easy to add jobs, manipulate, and stay on top of what's going on in your environment. With our Thrive product, we could divide our licensing so we could have multiple RIP-Qs on multiple stations, either printing directly to printers, or we can divide up the ripping and printing onto multiple stations. So we could have stations that all they do is process RIP files. We could have stations that all they do is print files, or any combination there in between. So in this case, I'm showing Thrive with 2 printers installed, 6 active RIP processes. Before we sort of get into the nuts and bolts of the application, we need to talk about kind of how our workflow, the base of our workflow. Our workflow and the way files come in and out and are worked on in all of our products is really all based around what we call quick sets. Quick sets, as the name suggests, is a quick way to apply settings to jobs. You can see here on my example, I have quick set set up for canvas wrapping. I have a quick set set up for cut path. If we kind of dig in there, it's canvas wrap quick set. Any or all of these features and functions can be saved as a job ticket or as settings that can be applied on the fly to jobs. So here we have cropping and patterning for textiles and tiling, finishing, bleeds, grommets, marks. Again, scale, rotation, if we're going to calculate ink usage. Any or all of these selections can be saved as a quick set, and then as I bring files in, I open a file, again, I pick that quick set. This canvas wrap quick set automatically applies a bleed and a border. I select my quick set. I select the files that I want to bring into the RIP. I open them. All those settings in the quick set are automatically applied on the fly. Very easy to use. It allows customers to do some setup work and make sure that we're touching files as minimal as possible, so that we're cutting down on errors and setup time. We really and truly believe in a linear RIP workflow where we minimize as many touches to the file as possible. There's quite a bit of the job, the cost associated with a job is based on the overhead that it takes to get a job ready for print. And you can see here, based on our quick set workflow, I spend the time to set up my quick set, then I just bring my files in and let the RIP automatically apply those settings to files. You see, the RIP software is going through and processing these files. We get a thumbnail right there in front of us. We know what we're gonna get. We know which printer and material is applied, and you can see that there on the right, it's automatically nesting the files as the jobs finish processing. You see the ripping here. As those jobs finish processing, they get added to the active nest here on the right-hand side. And you can see as files finish processing, they dynamically and automatically change the nest. So to best utilize the material on the fly. No manually figuring out the best layout for the material. This is going to do it for you automatically on the fly. Okay. So the other great part about quick sets is every time you create a new quick set, you get a corresponding hot folder. You can see here that I have directories in Windows. I can drag and drop. I can save files right into these hot folders. Anyone on the network with access to these hot folders, you drag and drop, save your files into those folders. Again, all those great quick set settings applied on the fly, very automatic, very easy way to bring files into the RIP quickly with very, very little setup. Okay, so again, every time you create a quick set, you get that corresponding hot folder that allows you again to automatically apply settings to a file. You can see we have our auto nesting based on a 54-inch roll. When I'm done nesting those files together, I just hit print. They go off to the printer. I'm on to my next jobs. If I come and I see there's some change that I want to make to a job, there's a couple different options. First of all, I can just double-click on that job in the queue, get a nice big preview. You can see that since I opened this with our canvas wrap quick set, it automatically created that bleed. But here I can override some of my basic quick set settings. I could add copies, I could scale, I could rotate, calculate ink usage for my to do a better job at quoting. I can calculate ink usage prior to printing, add bleeds and grommets, different marks and so forth right in the RIP queue without having to go into any different windows or applications. Now, if I need to do heavy duty file adjustments, I can then bring that into our job editor application. Our job editor application allows you to override the quick set settings, allows you to change color management strategies, to do scale and rotation and tiling, patterning for textiles, again, advanced tiling setups, color corrections if I want to do any sort of manual color adjustments, if I want to do color replacements and replace named colors with specific CMYK values. Again, finishing tools that allow me to add bleeds, mirrored or colored bleeds, trim boxes, fold marks, grommet marks for my banner work, allow me to add those on the fly. Again, all of this can be saved and applied via the QuickSet, very easy to automate. One tool that people really respond to is our swatch books tool. So if I'm having an issue matching a color, might be a little out of gamut of the material that I can print on, I can come in, I can say, pick, Pantone red, and it's going to create based on the original, it's going to create as many variations as you care to print. I have this one set up for quite a few variations, a 62 patch by 20 patch, so I'm utilizing the whole width of the material. But this is going to allow me to print a swatch, get all these variations with their CMYK variations, instead of doing that in Illustrator, creating many little boxes. We've automated that. You print this, you pick the one that matches the best, you do a color replacement, you're off and running. Very easy way to do color matches. Then when I'm done doing, changing, adjusting anything here in Job Editor, I go to the Print tab, I submit it back into the queue. The job with any changes goes back into the queue, it reprocesses, gets added to the queue. Very simple, easy to use. With Thrive and our network licensing, Job Editor can be actually installed away from the RIP. So if you wanted Job Editor in with the design team, or specifically located on a station where an operator is only doing job editing, you could do that. You would then submit those jobs to any available RIP queue setup. Couple things to note is we include the full Pantone library for color matching. We include the ability to do calibrations. We include full profiling, make your own profiles. The printers that have onboard color measurement devices, we give you the ability to do, again, that calibration, that profiling, utilizing their onboard color measurement devices. We work very well with all the X-Rite color measurement devices. Any of the standard color measurement devices available out there now, we will utilize and work with. Can't recommend enough investing in color measurement devices to do that spot color matching, to build your own ICC profiles, to build them at all the different resolutions and speeds and passes that are appropriate for your work. We include ink saving tools, our GCR Plus ink saving tools that you can incorporate into your profiling. When building your own profiling, we've seen incredible ink savings using the tool. Anywhere between 5 and I think 30% was the best, the most aggressive ink savings that we've come across. So again, highly recommend building those profiles, recalibrating. Our 12.1 application also includes the ability to do verification. So not only will you be able to calibrate your printers and the profiles for your printer, you'll also be able to print various swatch sets that for various different standards, measure those swatches and get a pass-fail so that you know that after calibration your devices are still printing to the specification that you set. Our 12.1 application version of the RIP is also going to allow for G7 work right in our profiling process. So today we give you the ability for G7 profiling to import and export via the Curve 2 application, or Curve 3 now I should say. In the future, 12.1 available in the next few weeks, you'll do that Curve iteration right in our Media Manager application. So a lot of advancements at color at Onyx coming, especially in 12.1. I wanted to show real quick, I talked about the third differentiation between Onyx Thrive and our other products being Production Manager, which is our web interface. So again, the three differences between Onyx Thrive and our classic products is the network license, the Adobe RIP, and this is our web-based Production Manager. So our web-based Production Manager allows you to keep an eye on everything that is going on in your shop at each RIP station, allows you to add jobs, edit jobs, report what's happening with everything that's going on in the RIP. So anything with a web browser, whether Windows, Mac, Kindle, anything with a web browser, I can submit and review and manage the queue. We have a lot of updates for this coming, full reporting, material analysis, so full nest material waste analysis, linear material analysis coming shortly. Very handy product, especially in shops where the RIP stations are quite a distance from the printers, allows operators to send ripped files to the RIP without having to run back and forth to the RIP from the printer. Great tool, great differentiator between Onyx and our competitors. Again, the latest version of the software is 12. We have 12.1 coming here shortly. We have a very liberal evaluation program. Please, if you're not an Onyx user, we'd love to provide you with that evaluation software, help you set it up, get you running, let you see what we can do for you in your shop. For any current Onyx users, if you're not on 12, our updates are available through our Onyx Advantage Service Agreement program. We sell service agreements that give you updates and upgrades over time. So you buy those in 1, 3, or 5-year terms. You get any upgrades or updates that we come out with during that term. You can choose to get those with or without phone support, and that also gives you unlimited access to our web training university. Keeps you up to date all the time, keeps you on our latest version, gives you access to all the latest printer drivers. Thanks, appreciate it. Bob, just
All right.
hand it back over to you.
Thank you so much. And just to be clear, when Matt's talking about that evaluation software or even the service agreements, we want to make sure that you understand that those can actually be done by contacting your representative over here at IT Supplies. So thank you, Matt. That's very helpful. And at this time, we'd like to open up the group for some questions. So please take a moment now to type your questions into the chat box. While we wait for any questions to appear, I'd like to once again thank Matt for sharing all this information. I'm sure that everyone now has a better understanding of Onyx and what it can do for their business. And now I'd like to take just a brief moment to tell you a little bit about IT Supplies. IT Supplies has everything to help you make your perfect print. Our printer lineup includes latex and flatbed printers by HP, solvent, DTG, and dye sub printers by Epson, and aqueous printers by HP, Canon, and Epson. Other products include color measurement and profiling equipment by X-Rite, Barbieri, and Teshcon, as well as light booths by GTI and Used. On the service side, IT Supplies has now joined forces with colorHQ.com to offer more knowledge and training when it comes to color management. Our recently expanded offerings include on-site color management support and G7 certification. As a thank you for attending this webinar, we'd like to go and offer you some specials on i1 products. These are additional discounts that you can have when bundling your solution with the Onyx software. Now, let's go ahead and get to some of these questions. The first question I have is Onyx the software that Ilford Studio is based on?
Onyx is the software that Ilford Studio, I should say, was based on. I don't believe that's been available for quite some time. But Ilford Studio, we did have a product some years ago that was OEM'd by Ilford Studio, yes.
Okay. And also for customers running 10 or more printers, what would be a typical recommended solution for you? If you have one for a customer that might be running, say, 10 HP solvent printers.
Sure.
Or Epson
that's
solvent
actually, I can actually think of 2 to 3 of our customers that are running 10 plus HP latex printers with our Thrive product. You would start with our Thrive 862. That's 8 RIPs, 6 printers, and 2 job editors. You would then add 4 additional active printers for a total of 10. And a la carte, you could upgrade if you needed more RIPs or job editors. That's all, you can add on and scale to whatever you need and divide that up onto as many PCs as you need. You could create a RIP station and some print stations to spool to the printers. Very common. We work very well in industrial applications, in environments in the 100 printer levels. So a Thrive product running 10 printers I'm very confident in that.
Great. And someone's asking about profile solutions. What type of profile measurement equipment? Actually, it says color measurement equipment is compatible with Onyx.
So we as Bob just showed on that previous slide, the X-Rite I1 is probably the most common, the Pro 2. I love it with the I/O table. That's what I personally use. The ISIS product we are capable with. All of the Barbieri products we work with. I'm not familiar with a color measurement device available or on the market that we don't work with. If you have a specific device or an older device perhaps that you want to check, email Bob or myself, and I'll be happy to check on it for you.
Okay, and another question we have here is Thrive the only RIP option that you know of that has this web browser function?
Is Onyx the only?
Onyx, yes.
So the web interface, as far as I know, it is. Bob, you would probably.
Of the more common ones, I would agree that there's probably only one or two that are effectively using the web browser function at this time. So I would say that I know it's something that more and more companies are working toward and developing toward. So yeah, I would basically say that you guys are putting the most into it right now and probably have the most full function web-based, browser-based functionality.
And you'll see we'll be launching a product called Hub, H-U-B, Hub, here later in the year that is a much more full-featured web-based interface to Thrive, which is just a part of a solution for our site-wide products that will be available in the next year.
We have another customer who's just asking that they're a small but growing shop, and they just want to know, let's say they get in with Poster Shop now, do you have a upgrade path to Thrive as they grow?
Sure. All of our products, and really no matter the age, have a upgrade as well as a conversion path. So Poster Shop can go to its bigger brother production house, or it can be converted to any of the Thrive products. There's never a loss of value with our products.
Great. I think that pretty much wraps up all the questions for now. So that concludes our first joint webinar between Onyx and IT Supplies. Thank you, Matt, for your help in coordinating this event. Yeah. I hope everyone is walking away more knowledgeable about Onyx and the benefits it can provide each user. Please don't forget to contact your IT Supplies Rails representative about the fantastic savings now available to you through the end of the month. Thank you to all our attendees. You have been tremendous, and we hope that you will join us again tomorrow in our final webinar in this series. So take care and have a great day.